Hey guys, how you doing? This is Tony Tone, the Chess Salcedo. What's going on, guys? Today is July 13th, 2024 on a Saturday, and I'm gonna do a 3-minute blitz commentary with a post-game analysis. So here we go, guys. I'm on chess.com. Follow along, win or lose, as long as we learn. That's all that matters. I'm playing some guy, so I gotta flip this. I'm black. All right, so let's go here. Go here, he might take me, we'll see. Let's go here, I'm gonna castle. All right, I'm gonna block this guy in here. I'm gonna actually bring this out. Come over here. He's gonna probably push. Yep. I'm gonna stop that so he doesn't come here. I'm playing with no increments, guys. That means that once 3 minutes is up, that's it. You don't get any few seconds increment. This is the way I like to play because I don't know, I just think it's better. So it's 1, 2, 3, and he has 1. I know he wanted to come here too. I'm actually going to block this guy because I don't want this coming into my side. Yep, here we go. Bam. He'll take with the knight. Take with the bishop, attacking his queen. Check. He has to move it. He cannot castle. I'm going to come here. Hitting this. And if he moves this, he loses the rook. What to do? Let's stop him from coming here. I'm really down on time, guys. Come in here, I get it. Come here. Attack that. If he pushes, he loses the queen, but then I lose my queen. But I'm gonna take this f4 pawn. All right, so let's come here. Okay, so let's go back over here. Push. Kind of locked up here, big time. $54 seconds. We're really locked up. Gotta take him. Come over here. He'll probably come here with this. Exactly is what I thought. I'll go here. I have to put my king out of the way. We'll go here. He'll bring this guy here. I'll come here. Let's take a free pawn. Let's come here. Hit him here. Hit him here. Push. He might take, he might not. Let's do that. Let's come here. Bring the rook here. Hit him there. I'm really down on time. Hit him here, infiltrate. Let's go here. Checkmate. Yeah. All right, guys. So let's go over this. Very cool because of this knight. All right, let's go over to the beginning. Do a little post-game analysis. So I'm black. He pushes out. He wants to feed and kettle his bishop. I bring my knight out. He does exactly that. I push. Why this? Because I want to get my bishop out. I want to eventually castle. He's double feed and kettling the bishops because he wants to go here and control all these squares on the light and the dark squares. That's also called a shield. I can't remember the exact name. I develop. He develops. I castle. He pushes. I guess he wants to bring his queen out. He could have brought his knight out, but to me, he wasted a move there. I block this so he can't go through it because it's protected 1, 2, 3 times. He pushes another pawn, losing the lead in development. I push, gaining more space. Look at all this. This is all mine. He brings the queen out. Again, I thought that was a mistake. Why? He should be developing his bishop somewhere, even here. He's behind in development. 1, 2, 3, 4 to 1, 2, 3. I develop. He finally develops his knight. I do this. Why? Because I have no scope here. I'm not going to push him up, so I want to put him here, lining up and opposing with an X-ray his bishop. That's a good rule of thumb, guys. Whenever you see an opposite bishop on a long diagonal, you want to place your bishop, if you have one, dark or light squared, on that diagonal, opposing it for the future. He pushes. I see what he's doing here. So I develop my bishop. He pushes this. I guess he wants to start opening me up here. So I develop my last piece and I bring it here. Boom. Always look in your brain. Always look through pieces. When you see a semi-open file like this has 1, 2, 3 pieces on it, just in your brain, imagine these 3 pieces are gone and you control this entire file. Do that with diagonals, rows, files, everything to control space. He pushes, so I was correct. So I put a stop to that. He comes here. The reason he does this, not because he can attack this, but because I remember he pushes this and he wants to start pushing his pawns here to open me up. So I developed this X-ray right to the king. Remember, in my brain, this pawn's gone, this pawn's gone, this bishop's gone. I'm seeing through this file into the future as an X-ray to see if I can get to that king. He pushes just like I thought. I can't take it because it's protected. So I come here. Why? Because I already see he wants to come here to open me up. So if he does come here, he'll have 1 defender. But I have 1, 2, 3 attacks on this square on G5 if he pushes that pawn from G4 to G5. So now he brings this forward because he wants to control this here. 1, 2. But I have 1, 2, 3 defenders. I close this diagonal, rendering his bishop pointless, useless. That's why I locked it up. It's defended 1, 2, 3, 4 times. No one's touching this baby here. So he cannot come into my side. He did exactly what I expected. So I take, he takes, I take. He loses that exchange, not the exchange, he loses that battle. And I have a tempo on him because now he's forced to move. A tempo is when you're forcing a move on your opponent. He or she has no other option other than to move the piece that's forced to move, or he's going to lose that queen. So I gain time on him and initiative. So he pushes this, but what happens is he leaves his diagonal open. So I gain more tempo on him, bam. And now he cannot castle even if he wanted to, because he has to move that queen, that king. He moves, I come here. Why? Take away the square, put pressure on the D3 pawn, and open this diagonal up for my bishop to attack that rook and control those white squares on this side in case he decides to move forward. He comes out, he finally develops. I don't know why, there's really no point here. He should have developed here a long time ago, but he didn't. I stop him from coming here, so really that's a pointless move he made. Again, I pick up time on him, and it's a good move for my pawn. It has a purpose. Every move, guys and gals, should have a purpose. He moves this to line it up as an X-ray towards my king, which is a good idea. I come here with the queen. I find develop at the right time, protecting this pawn and attacking this F4 pawn that's hanging. He defends it. Why do I do this? Oh my God, he's going to take my bishop. He can't take my bishop because he'll lose his queen with tempo, and he gets attacked with a check. So he cannot do that. So he brings his rook out, and I go back. Boom. Because I would have lost it. All right, he finally brings his king out. It's a good point. He connects his rook, which is very important. And I push. Why do I push here? The reason I push is because if he takes, I'm going to come here and I'm going to attack his king. He locks it up. But the problem is he locks it up for his queen, his rook, and his bishop. So this is bad for him. And he opens up the diagonal anyway for me that I wanted him to open anyway. And I come back and I attack. He pushes, moves the king out of the way. I can't go here with the knight because this knight defends it. He defends the E2 square. I'm sorry, the C2 square. I come here because if I take this, I want to eventually move this out, control this file, and infiltrate. Again, I'm thinking ahead. You don't see it now because it's all cluttered. It's a very close precision, but I'm always thinking several moves ahead of what I want it to be later. You want to visualize this in your mind, just like life. Okay, he finally moves the bishop out because it's dead here, and I decide to get rid of it. Bam. And he takes, and now I come in here to infiltrate eventually, but he moves out. I come back. Sometimes you have to tickle them just to see what they're going to do. So I already see he wants to line up his rooks right here. So I get out of the way, I sidestep, he brings it over, and then I defend this 1, 2, 3 times, and he has 2 attacks. So he loses that battle. He moves king back, kind of just shuffling his pieces. I'm really down on time. I have 46 seconds. I take a free pawn. It's just sitting there, so why not take it? And now I relocate my knight that was here on B4 that went to A2. Is now sitting on a beautiful outpost on C3. If you don't know what an outpost is, look at my videos on my channel and look for tactics, beginners and intermediate, and you'll see how incredibly strong an outpost is as far as spatial control. So he's shuffling his knights. Boom, I attack. I come back. He shuffles his rook. I decide, you know what, it's time to open these files up so I could bring my rooks over here, maybe even my queen. It's time to infiltrate this way. So I don't know what he's doing, shuffling pieces over there. He can really not even attack. Why? Because he's completely hemmed in by his 2 pawns, one on H5 and the other one on F5, because this is what he created by closing this position. So he can only shuffle his pieces in his little camp over there and do nothing else. Meanwhile, I'm opening files to get to him. So I take. Why do I take? Okay, the reason he took with this one, I understand he didn't want to take with this because this would create a passed pawn which you do not want into his position heading into an end game and attacking his king. So I understand why he did that. But that, like I said, it gives me 2 open files. This I eventually want to use as a pass pawn if I can make it. So I get this bishop out the way so I can bring my rook over so I can control this file. He can't bring this here because he'll lose it to the knight. And he'll lose the exchange. Again, shuffling his pieces. I have him in a very defensive posture, very passive because he's hemmed in. I've taken away all of his spaces. I mean, his squares. Look at this. I control that. I control that. I control that. I control that and that and that. And now I'm coming in, bam, with the rook, and I control this entire file. If you remember much earlier in the game, I actually talked about opening this file and seeing through it, or maybe one of these 2 files, so I can see this in the future. So a lot of times, guys, this is why I say chess is life in so many different ways. You have to think through things in the present of something you see in the future, and then try to make it happen. Same principles in chess. So again, he's shuffling, just shuffling knights. He can't even come here because he'll lose it to that. All he can do, look at all his pieces, how they're hemmed in here in this little tiny square little section of the chessboard. He can't do anything. So I come in, I not develop, but I reactivate my bishop, which has kind of just been dead here. Now it has a point and a purpose, and I'm coming in with my rook. He gets out the way, bam, I infiltrate. Now I control and dominate the 2nd rank, which is massive in the game of chess. The 2nd or the 7th rank. So, boom, he messes up. He steps into the C1 square. He could have moved over here somewhere. And he gets checkmated. Why? Mainly because this knight controls this square and this square. He can't go here because I control this entire row. He can't stay there, and he can't come here as well because I control that entire row. Had he gone the other way, let's say he would have gone here. Bam. I'm trying to see what I would have done. Either way, he's in trouble. So he does go here. I would probably bring this rook. No, I can't move this rook yet. I would come here. Well, he would go here, then I would come here to H1. I would be attacking him here. Then he'd have to get out of the way and come back here. Maybe I would take his rook. Yeah. And then I would bring my other rook over here, infiltrate again with this rook, and I would squeeze more space out of him on his side, and he would eventually lose. So anyway, guys, I hope you learned from that. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, chess.salcedo27. I'm going to bring more stuff. I'm going to do another video where I'm just basically going to pick random games that I see, and we're going to try to find tactics. We're going to call it a tactic hunt, like a duck hunt, but for tactics, okay, guys? Because it's very important that you learn how to see, spot, and recognize tactics in any given position against whoever you're playing. The more you could train your eyes and your mind to see that, I highly suggest you use chess.com or my videos, or even Lichess, lichess.org, O-R-G. You can do free tactical chess puzzles, and I literally do that every day, almost every night, and I just train my brain to see and find tactics in any given position, no matter how minor, no matter how complex, because believe me, it will help you so much. Because if your opponent is not doing what you're doing, which is studying tactical puzzles and theory and everything else, they're not going to be able to beat you. So the name of the game is, guys, is study, 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 study. So when you do finally play, whoever you play, family, friend, co-worker, whoever, your chances of winning go up exponentially. So thank you guys for watching. This is Tony Tone, the Chess Salcedo. I am out. Peace.